Hello everyone, it's Sagrannus here once more with Sagrannus Gaming plays World of Warships. Now a bit of a special video today. We're going to look at another premium ship, and we're also going to do a bit of news for the channel and look at some news for World of Warships as well. Now, as you may or may not be aware, World of Warships now has a full release date, that being September the 17th. So, from what I can see so far, well, we're going to be stuck with a few US SR ships, the USA tech tree and the Japanese tech tree. You may be aware that the next full navy that will become available to see from the news I've seen anyway is going to be the Russian, mostly the Soviets, probably with a few Imperial ships early on, such as the Aurora, which we'll be playing around with today, followed by the Germans and then probably the British. There is a new premium ship up, the German battleship, which I think is a tier 8, which is a Bismarck class, and I have to say I'm a bit curious about doing it that way, but anyway, that doesn't really matter on the whole. The point is we're going to get a full release, and there are going to be plenty of boats to start with, and probably even more coming as we go. So I think it is poignant, given that the Russian fleet is the next one coming, that we look at the Aurora Cruiser now. There are two premium ships available for the USSR. This is the Tier 3 Cruiser, which is short and angry, as far as I'm concerned. It's like St. Louis, but a bit shorter and with a lot of firepower. It has as many guns, I believe, as the St. Louis, but is, yeah, a little bit shorter. The other ship, of course, being the Murmansk, which is a Tier 4 cruiser, which looks like this, and it is actually a Soviet era ship, whereas the Aurora is technically a Russian Imperial ship. So, let's throw ourselves into a random battle and see how quickly I can sink it. In regards to other news, there are going to be some restructurings on the channel due to viewership and time. As some of you may be aware, I am actually still a student at present, completing my honours year, and as such, that takes up a heck of a lot of time, and so I have to sort of rationalise how much time I can spend on any one thing at any one time. And while I've been able to sort of get 6 pieces of content out a week, 5 Let's Plays plus special content, you know, over the time. Oh, looks like we've got a new map too, that's exciting. That was a big update. And we should be in trees as well. Sorry, back to what I was saying anyway. While I have been able to do that, I felt that it is perhaps a little stressful while I'm trying to do everything else and do seminars and things like that. So I'm going to be dropping it back to 3 Let's Plays a week. In regards to what Let's Plays I'm doing, I'm going to actually hopefully soon add a new game. I've decided against continuing Chroma Squad. I feel that given how plot driven it is, there's not much I can do with it to make it particularly exciting, and I think a lot of the fun of Chroma Squad is in fact in playing the game, and therefore watching me play it is, yeah, probably not the best. Neverwinter Nights will continue, albeit less rapidly, just due to the fact that I think the people sort of get a bit bored of endless Neverwinter Nights, since it is a bit of an old game. And what I'll try to do is find some newer games that we can look at. If you have any suggestions, please put them down and let me know what they are. I would prefer to look at less common games, but if everyone wants to see a AAA game played, I'll play a AAA game. I'm not sure which ones I will play, but we'll do that. In regards to other things, there'll be a bit more of a focus on my Demo Impressions channel, and my iMuse and Bounce. Long-winded opinion plays probably only happen when it's really justified, because iMuse about can serve as a review. Long-winded opinion plays are more for games that really have some issues I want to talk about, because otherwise I'll just write a review, to be honest. Okay, so as you can see, there are a lot of guns. I've got 14 guns on this little boat. And I must say, look how pretty the Solomon Islands are. It's pretty closer to my home country, so we should all love it. What else have we got? We've got trees. Last there are trees on the island. That's exciting. I am quite looking forward to the full launch of this game. That said, it's felt quite polished for quite a while, so there's not a huge amount of fussing to go, oh, well, suddenly it'll look way better, because it looks great now. Though admittedly that pop-in on those trees on the island is probably less than par, in my own opinion. We'll swing around here. The lag there, that's not good. Some torpedo bubbles which we will not be able to avoid. There's only a battleship over that side. This ship is not going to be any good against me. It'll just die, so I'm going to swing around. So they've done a bit with the water textures too, actually, which is not a bad thing. What else is happening with the channel? Basically, the big thing for me is I've got to rationalise time versus viewership. So how much time I put into making the video as to how many views it gets. As an example, a Let's Play doesn't really take that long, because I've actually usually prepared all of my static art content well in advance. I mean, all my Neverwinter art stuff is done. So the big time is, of course, sitting down and playing for 20-30 minutes of recording and getting it done, and then obviously editing it, checking sound levels, and getting it uploaded, of course, using data and things like that. Because yes, I still live in a country where you had to pay, you have limits of data, which is a massive pain. These guns are quite slow to move either way. So I've got to sort of rationalise that, and I mean, if you don't get very many views, then it's not really worth putting a whole heap of content up that isn't being watched. That's a waste of time. Whereas, for example, something that takes a little bit more time, but is also a little bit more current, like, for example, let's just move so these tomatoes don't get us. Something more current. Look at all that lag. I don't know why I'm getting so much lag. I'm literally the only person on the network at the moment, and it's just reset. Maybe not on my end. Yes, as I was saying, something that's taken me a bit longer, but is very much current news, such as the Armella review, which I'm very grateful to the developer for actually providing a code for, gets a lot more views. I mean, yes, it takes me a lot longer to prepare that video. There's a lot more to be done. I have to write a script, I have to take a lot of footage and then refine it down to the footage I actually want to talk about and things like that. But it does seem to pay off in viewership, so I want to do more of that content. And I know that there are times where my Neverwinter videos are probably quite dull, because a lot of that stuff is the same old. It is a CRPG, and therefore is full of certain things that you just have come to expect. How none of that hit me, I won't ever know. No, I'm not hitting anything. It's a little bit more obvious. I'm useless, but that's not a nice place to be. I don't hit a damn thing. Aim at a battleship. I can hit a battleship, sure. So yeah, it's the St. Louis next to us. So see, there's a bit longer. It's got an extra couple of stats, but it isn't really running any more power than I am. My guns are useless. I'm not hitting anything at all. That's really embarrassing. This should hit him. So yes, the channel is going to change a bit. I want to do more sort of time-consuming content, which means I do have to cut some of the content that just takes up my time during the week. I do actually have a demo of impressions coming out hopefully tomorrow, and it may surprise you to hear that I won't be being particularly positive in it, rather than because I don't intentionally find things I like. Obviously the games I've reviewed, old games I've reviewed, I will pick out games that were memorable and are worth reviewing because I want to give them exposure. New games I review really are, I've just got a new game and therefore I'm going to review it kind of thing. For example, I didn't know if Armella was going to be good or not. It just happened now, but it was a good game. Hand of Fate, much the same. RPG Tycoon, once again, it was an impressions video that I was really impressed with the game in. But yeah, I don't deliberately choose games that are going to make me happy. I obviously choose games that will interest me. but it is quite possible that I will not be impressed by the game. And tomorrow's featured demo happens to be one of those, and I'm sure it's going to annoy a lot of people that I don't have much else to say about, because it is a game that seems to have done very well. But it's one of those games that I feel fell very, very short of its goals. But yeah, I don't deliberately choose things that I like. But obviously I don't pick games of a genre that I'm automatically going to hate, because that's pointless in my mind. So it is a bit of a balancing act, I think, for anyone who's going to be doing reviewing or anything like that. But we'll see how we go. Ultimately, given my field of study, I would like to look at games that pertain to my field, that being ancient history. So if you are a developer or a new developer who would like to be really nice and give me some stuff to review, you are more than welcome to do so. Please note that giving me a free review game is in no way going to give you any better chance of a good review. That's not how it works. I will review a game. Obviously, there are issues I take into account, and I have talked about it before. For example, and many people have talked about it before. There's an automatic response, really, mentally, when you get a game for free. Or maybe a bit of gratitude there. But at the same time, you've got to consider how much more critical someone might be if they've had to pay for a game just to review it. Objectivity is actually quite difficult. And reversing isn't going to save you, buddy. He's gone. Next. Okay, should be a destroyer coming out there in a second. So, to pop out. Oh shit. Oh shit. This is gonna hurt. I'm still alive. But yes, so if you have games you think would be good for you to look at, whether in Let's Plays, reviews, demo impressions, please comment below. Please tell me what you'd like to see. A new channel, of course, is something I have feedback for. I've been told by one person that they particularly like it when I get a bit grumpy, a bit sassy, so you may see a bit more emotion in my videos. I'll occasionally fly off the handle, but the whole thing is that I need to have a bit of feedback from the viewer to tell me what works, what doesn't. Otherwise I've sort of got to go off analytics and got to then factor in things like weekend videos are going to get more views than weekday videos potentially, and all of that thing, which skews everything a little bit for me. There goes the Aurora, she is skiing beautifully. So feedback would be great. Any games you particularly want to see, let me know. If you are for some reason a developer and you're watching this, or a publisher and you're watching this, like me to look at the game, let me know, send me a review code and I will happily look at it. But yeah, so that's basically the news on the channel. I am going to be doing things a little bit differently. Looking at things in a different way, approaching things differently, and yes, there will be less content. We're going from 6 videos a week to 4 videos a week, but hopefully that's still enough to keep everyone watching. And I think there's plenty of backlog of Let's Plays that haven't been massively watched yet that suggests that people will, you know, have plenty to go back and watch while I wait for new content. So basically the way it's going to work is this. On the weekend there will be one video, unless something special happens. There'll be one video, which would usually be I'm news about a demo impression or something like that. On Wednesdays, like this one, Thursdays, like this one, and Saturdays, or Fridays, depending on how it pans out, there will be Let's Plays. This week will be a bit different. There will be this Let's Play, then tomorrow there will be a demo impression, because it was actually that demo impression was actually going to come out on the weekend, but the Armello video pushed that out, so that changes a few things. But yeah, 3 Let's Plays, 1 special content a week. When I review a game that needs an extra video like Armello did, that will be usually an additional, providing it doesn't massively throw off my preparation time for other things. But ultimately, that's the plan for now. And yes, feedback, it's always appreciated. Subscriptions, likes, and comments are even more appreciated. Though usually comments are feedback anyway, so it's fine. I am really hoping to get a full mic set, because I know there have been a number of sound issues with my headset, which is something that will be going in the negative tick box for this headset, which has otherwise been quite impressive. Hopefully I've fixed most of those things with software, so to this point anyway. But there will be hopefully a microphone coming to the channel soon. So I hope you've enjoyed the brief look at the Aurora. Don't forget, World of Warships is going to have its full release in just over a week on the 17th. The Tirpitz, which is the new German battleship premium, which is a Bismarck class battleship, very, very famous set of vessels, not particularly successful really for what they were. That our allies were so scared they never really engaged with fleets very often, and both of those ships met untimely ends, but very significant technologically. And they're also going to be the first battleships in World of Warships that have torpedoes, so look out for that. Actually, while we do this, I'm going to find out the price of the Tirpitz. I'm going to put some money on that being quite expensive. So let's have a look. More gaming shop. So the Aurora. The way I feel about it is this: the Mikasa was a premium ship worth buying because it was cheap, so $15 or so, and it was a tier 2, a new type of ship. The Aurora Cruiser is a tier 3 cruiser that isn't really that much better than its American equivalent, especially, and is about the same price as the Mikasa. That makes it hard to justify. I don't even know if it's still on the store. I guess we'll find out in a second. Yeah, it's still available, $16 on the shop. So it's quite expensive. The Murmansk is $20. That might be more worth a buy. But I'm mentioning about things like the Tier 8 Otago and the Tier 7 Atlanta, because they're both well over. Well, the Atlanta's 56 Australian dollars, and the Otago is 65 Australian dollars. That's quite expensive. Now I can't see the Tirpitz on here. There's usually a bit of a delay actually for ships to show up on the Asia Wargaming server. So while the news is out, it's not there yet. So it should be out probably in the next day or two. I would imagine it's going to be more expensive than the Otago. The Otago being a tier 8 Japanese cruiser at 65. Tier 8 German warships probably going to be, I'd be tempted to say, between $70 and $80. It's up to you if you really think the price of a full game for one ship is worth it. I personally probably wouldn't spend that sort of money on it. But yeah, I guess it's up to you. We'll see what happens. So I've been Sagrannus. This has been a hell of a rambly video, and I apologise for that. I just wanted to sort of explain where I was with the channel, what's going to happen with the channel, and also talk about the fact that World of Warships is actually going to come and shake things up a bit by becoming a full version game, no longer a beta work in progress. Alright guys, I've been Sagrannus, failing once more at World of Warships. Look at the pretty trees in the background. We now have trees and new maps by the looks of it. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking by the channel. I'll talk to you later. Bye.